Twitter.net with this cool blonde hair, came up and asked me a question that he was stuck on. He's like, I'm trying to do this cool thing and I'm stuck, can you help me out? And I thought it was a problem with one of his projects at work or something, so I gave a listen and I gave him some advice and he came back and he said it worked. But little did I know that it was actually for the code jam. So yes, via proxy, I was able to contribute to the code jam.
So I whipped up this presentation while I was sitting here. That's how I roll. So the Charity Code Jam 3, it's for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So why do we do this? Basically because charities really need it. The development community, it's an opportunity for them to give back. It's hands-on training for the participants, and we enjoy the pain. Well, here's some basics. It's an all-volunteer, contributions. Development begins at the start of the conference, and it usually ends at the end of the conference. But a lot of the contributors, after it's done, will keep the project going, making sure everything gets done. And the code is released as open source. Now this particular code jam almost didn't happen, but with community support, a lot of great blogging, with web appers support, with paying for the flight, the food at the event, and dollars, with 360 Flex providing a room and some food, it became reality, and I really want to make sure that they're recognized, and big thank you and a big applause. I really would like to give the goals of this application. Basically, we're tracking runners at a marathon using RFID data streams. There's two different modes. There's an interactive mode with a map. There's a non-interactive mode with the map, and then a runner management by staff and coaches. The environment on the server side, we've got Linux, Apache, MySQL, AMF PHP, and with Flex connected to that. And then the application is Flex 3 with the Monte framework, and a big part of it is the Google Map API is with ActionScript 3. All right, so the demo. And it happened this morning, and here's the actual proof right here. And this came from Matt in terms of his update. So we were working, around the clock. About midnight, I was really nervous because there's a lot of distractions like Star Trek and food and movies, but it happened. It kind of came together, and I did have to get into some mode of trying to kick out some people, and I'm sorry about that, but just I wanted to make sure that we got it here. All right, so the demo. Coming here, we've actually got a server running here that has the data in the environment. So we're going to be pulling through the wireless to this Flex app that I just compiled. And we've got, eventually there's going to be a lot more branding here, but at this stage we've got the login and the coach for the coaches and admin. We've got watching the athletes, and then we've got the interactive map search. Now, we've got some work still to do today, so this is not bombing the final product, but I just want to kind of show you where we are. We have some really nice styling. We've got the data coming from the database for the runners. We've got different chapters that we can sort by. We can then click through and to open up and be able to do edits on the data, so a coach would come in, staff member could check people in, that kind of workflow. Now let's go back to the front, watching the athletes. So here's, there's a lot of things happening here. Basically, we've got to start on the course, and data is going to be coming from, basically Nike is providing data streams from runners going through different checkpoints within the course. And as data comes through, it comes from their database to our database, then we start querying it. And so we'll have, through time, there's 20,000 runners in this marathon. About 6,000 of them will be the Leukemia Lymphoma Society runners that we'll track. So this is really specifically for the teams in training, as you can see with the branding up here. We've got a clock, the race clock coming through, and as data comes, we'll see tracking of that group come on the particular map. And this is, we can zoom in. Yes, do that, yes. On the specific place. Now, we've got, as data live data will come in, we'll see different kinds of visualizations, and these will get all wired up where you can see kind of a swarm. If you can imagine this is the top being the beginning of the race, and the bottom being the end of the race. This particular visualization is supposed to show kind of the swarm of groups going through markers and where that is in terms of where the maybe the biggest the leaders will show up, and then where the majority of people are. Right. So that's I want to show you actually watching this. So this is intended for LCD screens that will be put at the marathon for observers, so that it'll go on large screens around. There's going to be a ticker that as people hit the different markers, RFID markers, the information will appear. So people who are supporting their runners, can, oh look, there they are. So no interaction. This is supposed to just kind of be available. There's some pieces that still are coming too. So let's go to log in here. And then on the interactive map, this would be you're at home and you're wanting to view the actual race as it happens. We'll have the ability for you to zoom in and do all that cool stuff. Still pieces coming in. There's actually part of the design, there's a big area that will be coming that bubbles up random number of people and more detailed bib numbers on the right hand side. So that's still coming. A lot of effort has been put in. The guys and ladies have really been instrumental in making this happen, and what I'd like for them to actually come up so you guys can recognize them. So if you worked on this app, would you please come up here? Come on. Yeah, they may stumble, but. They were instrumental in making this happen, and I really want you guys to, you see them, let them know that how great of a job they've done. This wouldn't have happened without them. And then if Osman, if I can get you to come over here.